Hey, welcome to my channel. We are back with another video, and today we are talking being a boss. Be your own boss in 2020. I'm taking this whole be your own boss thing to a totally different level. I am talking about you being the boss of you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. So, as we dive into Be Your Own Boss, welcome to I Am NyishaTilus. 2020 did not go the way any of us expected it to. What can I say? I don't even know. But what I do know is that we have 6 more months left in the year. So that means we have 6 more months to do the thing that we had set out to do at the beginning of the year. We still have time. So the fact that we still have time means we don't have time for excuses. We need to make it happen. So this is our chance to be our own boss, where you can be your own boss, and I'm doing what I can to be my own boss, of course. But you can be your own boss with the 6 months left in 2020. I'm going to share 5 steps with you in order to help you to be your own boss in 2020. Step number 1, make the time. I hear it over and over and over again. I've even said it. I don't have time. I don't have enough time. I have so much to do. I don't have enough hours in the day. I was once that person. I still kind of am that person. But the difference between the me then and the me now is I'm making the time for the things that I want to do. We prioritize what we want to. So if this is something that you really want to do, whether it's starting that YouTube, whether it's writing that book, whether it's doing that blog, whether it's actually starting that business so you can eventually leave your 9 to 5, whatever that is for you, you have to make the time to do it. I am a 9 to 5er, but I'm also a dreamer. I'm also a multifaceted woman that is passionate about so many other things. So in order for me to live out my truth, I have to make the time to do that. I have to spend an hour a day after my 9 to 5 writing, or 2 hours once a week filming. I have to make the time to do the things that I want to in order for me to live the life that I truly want to. So make the time. You have no excuse. If you really want it, you'll make the time for it. 2, create a plan. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I have notebooks all over the place with scribbles all up in there, only because I love to create a plan for everything that I do. I have a plan for my book. I have a plan for my YouTube. I create a business plan in a sense, or use a business plan model or template in any venture that I plan to pursue in order to see the possibilities of it. Where do I see it in 5 years? Where do I see it in 10 years possibly? Does it even make sense? And in order for you to truly know that and understand that is if you make a plan. So create a plan for that book that you want to eventually write. Create a plan for that YouTube, whether or not you plan to start it and when you plan to start it. Set a date to it. But in order for you to do that, you have to write it down, make it plain. But don't just write the word YouTube. Be specific about it. Write down what your YouTube is about. Write down when you want to start it. Write down the colors you want involved. Write down the type of music that you want, the type of vibe you want to feel. Create a plan so that every time you go back to it, you're reminded of what it is that you have to do. Make a plan. 3, get past fear. I talked about it in my new YouTuber tag video. I'll post it in the description so you can check it out. I had planned to start this YouTube journey since 2015. I've had a camera sitting there for years, basically, catching dust, all because I was afraid to do it. I was afraid of what persons were going to think. I was afraid that I didn't have enough content. I was afraid of, talking in front of a camera. I was afraid of persons not receiving it. But you have to get past the fear. The only way you know what's behind fear is when you open the door and check it out. Okay, so go after all the things that you want to. I remember at the start of 2017, I made a vow to myself and said that any and everything that I was fearful of, I was going to go at it full throttle. Why? The only reason I was afraid to do something outside of the norm. And that's the only way we're able to tap into our greatness, when we step out of the norm and when we step out of ourselves into a space that isn't one that we're comfortable with, right? So that's when the stretching comes in. So you have to be able to get past the fear. Besides, God didn't give us a spirit of fear. So once again, if God didn't give me a spirit of fear, if I'm fearful of a thing, I know it didn't come from God, because he didn't give me the spirit of fear. So if I'm fearful of a thing, the enemy is afraid that if I walk through that door or do that thing, hey, it's over. So evaluate the things that you're fearful of and evaluate why are you really afraid to do it. What's the worst thing that can happen? Really and truly. If you don't do it, you're in the same place that you were in right now because you're not doing it. But what if you do? Where would you be? Think about that. Or jump off of a cliff. I've been watching Scandal, don't mind me. But literally off of a cliff, because once you take the dive, once you take the plunge, once you jump, there's no going back, literally. But I believe that we're always put in a place where everything we need to go forth with the journey of life, whatever venture we want to pursue, we've been equipped with everything that we need to do that, right? And it's really based on culture, based on what society says, based on what the influencers say that we need, kind of influences us to think and feel like we need so much more, and we don't. And to prove that to you right now, I'm actually filming with my iPhone 6 Plus to prove to you that I could have started my YouTube channel years ago. The idea that I needed my camera in order to do that, based on social media and the fact that other YouTubers had a camera, and I felt like I needed it too. But you don't. Use what you have, because you have all that you need. So right now I am filming off of my iPhone just to prove to you that you can do it. There's nothing holding you back but you. But once you take the plunge and once you jump, there's no going back, because you're all in. And sometimes you have to be. 5, keep going. There are instances when it's either sink or swim. And in those sink or swim moments, just keep swimming. I'm really about to bust a Nemo on you guys, but I'm going to leave it alone. Well, it's really Dory, but Dory was in Nemo. You know what I mean. But keep swimming. Keep going. Once you start, keep going. Keep the momentum going. Start writing about it. Start reading about it. Start doing research and following persons that are doing the things that you want to do, or follow the persons that are where you want to eventually be or end up. But the point of the matter is, once you keep going and you keep the momentum going, you then start to prime yourself and get yourself going and get yourself in the pace and or mindset of doing that thing that you've always wanted to do. But because of fear, because you don't know where to start, because you never created a plan, you never get going. But keep going. Film once a week like I am, until I can eventually get to the point where I can film twice a week. Keep going. I blog once a month. I'm going to eventually get to once a week. But keep going. Keep doing it. I work out. I started working out 10 minutes a day. It eventually evolved to 30 minutes a day. And there are times that I can go an hour a day. But no matter what, I keep going. In order for you to be able to train your body and train your mind to do the things that you want to do, but naturally we think it's so much that can be. And literally in the little steps, step by step, you'll eventually get to the destination if you continue the journey, if you keep walking. Take the first step towards 1,000 miles. So in order to be your own boss in 2020, it's not about you know, the business ideas that you have, and they're great and all. It's not about, you know, all of the amazing content that you have, and they're great and all. But if you're not necessarily giving that to the world, are you really being your own boss? You're being your own boss when you decide to step into the fullness of who you are and actually do those things. Give the gifts to the world in which they belong to, because they weren't meant for you. Newsflash, they weren't meant for you, right? There's a tribe out there waiting for you, waiting for your content, waiting for your gift. So I'm urging you to be your own boss in 2020. We have 6 months left in the year. You still have time. It's halftime, baby. It is halftime. So the game can change. The game can change once you decide to get on the field. So don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. Like this video and comment down below and let me know, what is it that you want to do with the last half of this year? What is that thing that you've been holding back on? Is it a YouTube? Is it a book? Is it that blog? Is it a business? Let me know. I told you what I'm doing. I want to know what you're doing. Let me know what are your thoughts on the video quality as well. Like I mentioned, I'm filming on an iPhone 6 Plus just so that you can get a feel of what it's like. And yeah, and let me know what it is that you want me to try. I want to be able to help you on your journey of reigning in every area of your life, and know that you don't need $1 million to do it. But when you do it, you're going to get that $1 million. I'm speaking that out into the atmosphere and for everyone watching this right now. So we're just waiting on you. God's just asking you to take the first step and he'll do the rest. So for me, by taking that first step, I just want to thank my 30+ subscribers that I have right now. The true few, I just want to thank you guys so much. But I'm excited about this journey. This has been an interesting process, one in which I'll share more with you later. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. Bye.